Howdy-ho, boys and girls. How are you doing this fine day? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, huh? Hey, I don't have anything for us to do today because I haven't gone out and gotten all the supplies I need for us to do a few more crafts, I guess it is, so that we could survive when shit hits the fan. So I thought instead that we would just sit here and talk a little bit. So I was wondering if any of you guys have decided what you're going to do when SHTF does happen. You know that when it happens that the electricity and the grid will probably go down, and the president will probably activate martial law. So what are we going to do as preppers? So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some solar panels together because the generators, which is a good idea, it's going to be kind of hard to find gas for them. We'll have some stored up, but when the gas is out, it's out, and then what are we going to do? So I'm thinking that I myself am going to go solar, and I'm going to try to get all my family together so that they can have what they need also, but at the same time, they're turning into preppers too. And that kind of excites me because people are starting to realize that even though the world is not a perfect place, we still have to prepare for events that are going to happen in the future. So a generator is fine, I have one, but as we get down the road, the gas is going to become harder to find. So I'm thinking of solar, and you know, solar panels, you can get those pretty cheap still. And Harbor Freight has a pretty good deal that will allow you to get a couple of small panels with the control module and the little, I can't remember, I always get tongue-tied, I can't remember what it's called right now. I know in my mind, but I don't know right now. For you to be able to transfer the DC power into AC power and be able to run some lights in your home. And so, but I'm thinking about getting 100-watt panels and get at least 4 of them, and that would be enough to supply my whole house with heat and lights, and at the same time be able to do a few other things like YouTube videos and be able to get on the computer and try to find out what's going out in the world. And that's if they haven't knocked out everything or they are trying to keep everything from everybody. Now that's just a worst case scenario. Don't think I'm trying to scare you, because I'm not. I'm just saying that things like this can happen. You have to think about them. So my idea is the solar panels, and I've checked into wind girly gigs, and those are still pretty high priced, but if you've got the money, it would be a good idea to get some of those too. That way you could run off of both power and wind. And that is my goal, but however, I just don't have the money for that right now, so I'm just going to start stocking up on solar. And I live in a town, so I have to be on the grid. The power company won't let me be solar living in the city limits. They've told me I have to be on the grid. So I'm just going to have those things, and I'm going to be able to have power and heat when something devastating does happen. It's like the people over in California at Oroville Dam, you know, I'm really praying and hoping that they're all okay, but I'm wondering how many of them prepared. Sure, getting out of town is fine, but you still have to have a place to go, and you still have to have money to operate when you get there. So I'm really praying that everything's going to be okay for those people. So another thing I'm thinking about here today is, what are we going to do for transportation? Because, like I said, if you can't get gas for generators, how are you going to get gas for your car or pickup or whatever it is that you drive? So this is coming down to, are you preparing for that? So I would suggest, and this is only a suggestion from me to you, is that you stockpile on some gas and try to have at least 100 gallons put to the side just for those things. And as we all know, gas goes bad, so you're going to have to rotate it and use it up and then replenish it so it doesn't go bad. There's some other things here I'm kind of concerned about that I kind of want to pass on, and that is, how are we going to have our dialogue with whoever's running the city or with your neighbors, because your neighbors are going to see that you have lights going on in your house and they're going to wonder what the heck's going on, because that their generator has no gas and they have no lights. How's that guy got lights? So you're going to have to not tell them too much, because you don't want them piling over to your house right when everything goes to heck. And that's another good thing to think about, you know. So at least talk to them vaguely and tell them, you know, are you preparing for when we have a disaster, you know, and make sure that they're in the understanding that if they're not going to be prepared, then what are they going to do? Because it all comes down to where if the disaster can't be handled by the local people, the government will send in FEMA, and FEMA will set up FEMA camps, and the people that haven't thought ahead to take care of themselves will be sent to the FEMA camps. And I've heard that the FEMA camps are not going to be very nice, and sure, they play it up really good on TV and whatnot, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be very nice places. And you can look into it. All you have to do is Google FEMA or FEMA camps, and you'll have more information that'll make your head spin. So I'm not going to go into that, but these are all things that you need to prepare for. And remember, if you're like me and you have any children, you have to make sure that they're going to be taken care of also. So, without even thinking about it, you know, you have to take care of everything. And money is going to be another thing that you have to prepare for, because if there's no lights or energy or anything like that, then the banks aren't going to be open to take care of you either. You're not going to be able to go to the ATM and pull out some money. So my better half and I were sitting here talking last night, and we were thinking that it would be a good idea to take a few $100s or $100 out of each check, even though we really can't afford it. But we can't afford not to, is to take some money and stash away into the safe that we have. And these are all things that are just simple things that need to be thought about. And I, for one, would rather be prepared than not to be prepared, because those FEMA camps really don't sound very good to me. I just can't feature myself or my girlfriend or my son ending up in one of those camps. I just can't fathom it, I guess is the right word. So at the same time, you don't want to be in a large group. But you do want to make sure that you know the people in your area that are preparing, because those are the ones that you'll be able to depend on. If they know you're preparing and you know they're preparing, then you'll have some sort of support system. But don't go out and just shout it from your lungs either that you're a prepper, or Joe Blow down the block is a prepper. I mean, we just don't do those kind of things. So these are all things that are just kind of bothering me that I don't think I really have talked to you guys about very much. But it concerns me, and it concerns me every day, as a matter of fact. And I don't like... I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I do stay well informed with the news, and I listen to the news on what they call fake TV news. I listen to the alternate news. And I just absorb everything I can to get as much information of what's going on in our great country so that I am prepared. So today's was just more or less just to let you guys know that I don't really want a group, but I would like you to subscribe to my channel, and I would like for you to hit the notification button so that we can prepare together. I'm not looking for people to join me in my bandwagon or anything. I just want people to be prepared to handle whatever happens when shit hits the fan. And with all this said, you know, I'm really looking forward to you leaving a comment down there and hitting the subscribe and the notification button there and letting me know what your thoughts are and what you plan on doing or what you are preparing to do in the future for when something devastating happens in America. And with that said, I want you to come visit me here at YouTube, or you can also visit me on Facebook. I have an open group there, and that's for discussion or just to get some information off of, and that is at facebook.com/justintimeprepping. Also, I have a Twitter account, and that is Will is Patreon at Twitter, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/Shutterboy2016. I have a Google Plus account, and I believe it is Will Russell. I went and changed everything into my YouTube business here so that everybody can find me fairly easy. So it's not that you can't find me or you can't find information. You can go to Google and you can Google prepping, or you can Google prepare. You can do whatever you need to do, but you really need to prepare. And it's I'm not scaring you. I'm not trying to scare you, but I want you to be prepared for something that could happen going down the road. And so from me to you, I want to say thanks for watching my videos. And I want to thank you for everything that you've done to keep me talking to you people, because without that, I wouldn't have a clue of what I could be doing. So I have some other channels that I watch, and SOS, Step 1 Survival. He is a very good friend of mine. Him and I are both preppers, and we compare notes all the time, and he lets me know and I let him know. So if you have a chance, zip over there and watch a few of his videos and make some comments on his stuff. And also just go in and click on everybody's that a prepper has a prepper channel, and hit the like button so that they can keep making their videos also. I want to thank you guys again. You guys are really helping me. If you want to donate to the cause so that I can get the materials I need to show you some more stuff, or get some more information for you that you leave in the comment section, I'd appreciate it. You can do that at paypal.me/WillRussell17. So, boys and girls, that's all I got. I would just want to let you guys know I'm prepping. I'm trying to prep and prepare you guys. I want you guys to prepare and leave comments in the comment bar and tell me what you want to hear, what you want to see, and above all, what you're doing. Just leave it in the comment bar. So for now, tally-ho, and have a super, super day and a great week. And God bless.